2007 Buick Lucerne. We live in the Rust Belt, and I've been pretty good about using some of the fluid film on the brake lines and fuel lines and all those little spots that can be a problem in the area where we live. And I try to do that every year with the fluid film. This year, we're doing the wheels. The wheels were getting corroded. I need new tires, so we took the wheels, took tires off. The wheels are being sandblasted and powder coated. It's been 2 weeks now, and they said they'd get them done before Christmas, so I'm hoping so. But anyway, the problem when you have a car in your garage for 2 weeks, you start finding more stuff wrong. So anyway, I replaced the rear brakes, rotors, calipers, pads, all that. And I started looking it over, and I decided to pull the plastic inner fender wells off. And there was some rust coming in there because you really can't get up in there without taking those off. So you can see it's kind of rusty around there. It's not really that much structural stuff going on, but now in the front, I've never had these fender wells off before, so I decided to pull them off, and look what I found. That's a lot of rust. Luckily, that's just kind of a brace for the front fenders and stuff. It's not holding the car up. So once again, that's all going to be chiseled off of there. And other than that, it's not bad though. That's the only spot there. So, on the other side, let's take a look. Well, look at that. It looks like a squirrel nest. And this side's just as bad. Driver's side. A little rust there, but it's surface. Not too concerned about that. But I'm going to clean up that real good, and I'm going to spray it down with fluid film. At least slow it down, stop it. For my goal is to run this car, try to run it 4 more years. That's our goal. So with the water pump, those elbows, thermostat belt, idler, transmission, fluid and filter change, new rear brakes. The front wheel bearings and brakes aren't that old. I think 6 months I did those. So we're trying to keep it going, and if I'd have known that problem was there, I would have took those front fender, but you can't see that. It was all hidden, so to take those off, you just pop all those plastic clips off, and I think there's a couple screws. Well, look what we got here. After taking a hammer and smacking it a few times, quite a bit of rust there. I'm not too concerned about the structural part of it. However, this plastic cover here, those 2 holes have to have a place to go to hold that fender well up, and they were rusted out. So I made a little plate, and we're just going to rivet it in there, spray it full of fluid film, put her back together. All right. I riveted that plate in there, and no, I did not paint it, but I soaked it in fluid film. It's riveted in place. I don't know if it'll give us any structural improvement, but the main goal, these 2 holes here, they hold that inner fender well in, that plastic well. So I don't want that falling out and running over it. So that's done. I got everything sprayed that I want sprayed. And we're going to put that inner fender liner back in. Okay, it's all back in place. See those 2 rivets are, plastic rivets to hold that up in place. It also pulls it, keeps it out to the lip here. So that's all back in. I had to use different screws there. But it's all back in place. It's all fluid filmed up. So both fronts are done. The left rear is done. I just got to finish up the right rear. And hopefully I'll get some wheels soon. Well, this is the debris that came out from under the plastic wheel well liners. It's a pretty hefty pile here. This was scraped up from all four of them. And now there's some rivets in here that I riveted those metal pieces in. But anyway, most of it was from the front, but I'd say a quarter of it from the back. And this is after I went to the car wash, literally laid on the ground and power washed this car from one end to the other. I spent about 14 bucks doing it. And that's what was trapped under those plastic liners. So, I guess if you have an old car or bought a car and you want to preserve it, if I'd have known that, I would have taken these liners off a couple years ago. And treated them. So anyway, live and learn. But you don't even know what's hiding behind those. So I'm glad I did that. Another thing that was a good investment, I picked these retainers, plastic retainers, up at one of the swap meets. I think it was Spring or Fall Jefferson, I can't remember. And I think this box, this whole entire box, was about, I don't know, anywhere from 14 to 20 bucks. And you go to auto parts store, you get 3 or 4 of these for 3 bucks. That's it. So just so you know, just pick them up. You're going to use them someday. And anyway, still waiting for my wheels. Getting the shop or the garage cleaned up a little bit. And I'll give them a call tomorrow, and hopefully they'll be on there. They'll be done. I don't know. We'll see.